Hold on to your seats, Marvel fans, because we're about to dive headfirst into the most electrifying, jaw-dropping, and unforgettable fight scenes the Marvel Cinematic Universe has ever delivered. While the MCU isn't without its flaws, one thing it consistently nails is the art of the action sequence, blending humor, heart, and superhuman feats into a spectacle that keeps us coming back for more. From humble beginnings to universe-shattering clashes, let's count down the moments that made us cheer, gasp, and maybe even shed a tear or two. Crafting a believable, high-stakes fight scene with characters possessing godlike powers is no easy feat. Comic books and cartoons can get away with anything, but translating that magic to live action requires meticulous choreography, innovative visual effects, when done right, and a dash of that special Marvel charm. The best MCU fights aren't just about punching and kicking. They tell a story, reveal character, and leave a lasting impression. So buckle up, because these are the fights that save the day, even when we thought the MCU might be losing its way. 15. The Marvels versus the Kree in The Marvels. Let's address the elephant in the room. The Marvels got a bad rap. Yes, it underperformed at the box office, leading some to write it off entirely. But peel back the negativity, and you'll find a genuinely fun, sci-fi action flick with a unique twist. The teleporting fight at the beginning perfectly exemplifies this. Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, Monica Rambeau, Teyana Paris, and Kamala Khan, Iman Vellani, find themselves entangled in a quantum conundrum. Whenever one uses her powers, she swaps places with another. Imagine the chaos. This becomes hilariously apparent when Kree soldiers invade Kamala's home, only to be met with a constantly shifting superhero lineup. This power-swapping dynamic injects much-needed levity and challenge into what could have been a standard superhero brawl. After all, how do you make a character as powerful as Captain Marvel vulnerable? You throw in a quantum entanglement, of course. It's a clever plot device that not only brings the three central characters together, but also forces them to think on their feet and work as a sometimes literally interchangeable team. 14. The hallway fight in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 marked the end of an era, a poignant farewell to beloved cosmic heroes, and James Gunn's final bow before venturing into the DC universe. And what a send-off it was. The film features a phenomenal hallway fight scene, so intricate that even Gunn himself admitted to feeling nervous about pulling it off. The entire sequence unfolds as a single, unbroken shot, a oneer, following the Guardians as they charge down a corridor swarming with the High Evolutionaries' forces. True to Gunn's signature style, the scene is perfectly punctuated by a needle drop, the Beastie Boys' iconic "No Sleep Till Brooklyn." Despite the sheer number of characters and blaster fire, the action remains remarkably clear and easy to follow. It's like a dynamically illustrated comic book panel where you always know where each Guardian is positioned. The scene moves at a brisk pace, but Gunn strategically slows things down to allow each character to have their defining hero moment. It's a masterclass in action direction, blending chaos and clarity into a truly memorable sequence. 13. The airport battle in Captain America Civil War. The airport battle in Captain America Civil War is pure, unadulterated superhero fan service. It's the cinematic equivalent of smashing action figures together in the most glorious way possible. Fun fact, the fight was literally mapped out using action figures. The result is a spectacle that perfectly showcases each hero's unique abilities. Driven by ideological clashes over government oversight of the Avengers, Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. and Captain America lead their respective teams into an all-out brawl. We get Ant-Man, Paul Rudd, going Giant Man, and perhaps most significantly, the MCU debut of Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Introducing Marvel's most popular hero in another character's movie was a risky gamble, but Spidey more than holds his own against the established Avengers. While the fight might feel somewhat lighthearted, it's clear these characters aren't trying to kill each other. The stakes are raised when Rhodey, Don Cheadle, sustains a serious injury. This sobering moment underscores the real-world consequences of the Avengers' internal conflict, proving that even superpowered squabbles can have devastating repercussions. 12. Captain America vs. Hydra agents in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Everything about the elevator fight in Captain America: The Winter Soldier is perfection. The tension builds slowly as more and more intimidating figures squeeze into the confined space. Captain America sizes them up, delivering the iconic line, "Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?" And then, all hell breaks loose. Cap is outnumbered and restricted by the claustrophobic environment, forcing him to get creative with his fighting style. According to Chris Brewster, the fight's choreographer, the biggest challenge was ensuring that each of Cap's opponents had a meaningful role to play. He succeeded admirably, as every character has a distinct move, whether it's trying to restrain Cap or strike him with a baton. The scene feels like something ripped straight out of The Raid, a hyperkinetic action film known for its brutal and innovative fight choreography. It makes you wonder why more action movies don't exploit the unique possibilities of unconventional fight locations. 11. The hallway fight in Daredevil Season 1. Ever since Oldboy redefined the hallway fight scene, countless action projects have tried to replicate its brilliance. Arguably, the closest anyone has come is in Daredevil Season 1, Episode 2. Daredevil Charlie Cox, already battered from a previous encounter, unleashes a primal fury as he tears through a group of Russian mobsters to rescue a kidnapped child. One-take hallway fights became a signature of the Daredevil series, and this inaugural sequence set the standard. It immediately established that Daredevil, despite being a Marvel show, would ground its action in gritty realism. These aren't high-flying superhero battles. They're brutal, down-and-dirty brawls that require the actors to get physical. Interestingly, this grounded approach made the scene a tough sell to Marvel executives initially. Thankfully, the creatives stood their ground, allowing us to witness the full extent of Matt Murdock's fighting prowess. 10. Thor vs. Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. Balancing action and comedy is a delicate art. Too much humor can undermine the impact of the fight, but Thor Ragnarok strikes a perfect balance when Thor clashes with the Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, in the Sakaran Gladiator Arena. The scene works so well because Thor initially tries to reason with Hulk, hoping to jog his memory. This results in Hulk tossing Thor around like a ragdoll. Thor and Hulk are arguably the two strongest original Avengers, but their fights often feel somewhat restrained. Each is capable of single-handedly defeating armies, but they have to hold back to avoid ending the movie prematurely. The gladiator battle allows them to unleash their full power, fulfilling fans' dreams of seeing these titans truly cut loose. It's a spectacle of strength and destruction, punctuated by hilarious moments of banter and physical comedy. The Battle of Wakanda in Avengers Infinity War. In today's parlance, we often talk about aura farming, moments where a character effortlessly demonstrates their incredible abilities and charisma. The Battle of Wakanda in Avengers Infinity War is overflowing with such moments. From Black Panther Chadwick Boseman and Captain America leading the charge against Thanos' Josh Brolin army to Thor's dramatic arrival, shouting, "Bring me Thanos." The scene is a masterclass in superhero spectacle. The battle is a whirlwind of action, featuring a heartwarming reunion between Cap and Thor discussing facial hair amidst the chaos. From jokes to pivotal moments that shift the tide of the fight, there's a lot to process, but each character gets their chance to shine. The camera never loses sight of the key players, creating a cohesive and engaging experience. It's a thrilling moment of unity before the Avengers face their ultimate defeat at the hands of Thanos. 8. Spider-Man versus their multiverse villains in Spider-Man No Way Home. Spider-Man No Way Home went to great lengths to conceal its biggest surprises. Despite widespread speculation about the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as their respective Spider-Men, the villains were prominently featured in marketing materials. But the film still managed to deliver a truly electrifying experience. The final battle at the Statue of Liberty was nothing short of spectacular. It had been years since we last saw Maguire and Garfield in their spider suits, and the fight is packed with instantly iconic moments that fulfill long-held fan wishes. Garfield's Spider-Man saving MJ, Zendaya, mirrors his failure to save Gwen Stacy, Emma Stone, in his own universe, providing a poignant moment of redemption. Maguire's Peter Parker, offering advice to Dr. Octavius, Alfred Molina, about responsibility, adds another layer of emotional depth. The fight ties up loose ends and provides closure for characters who were previously denied it, making it a truly satisfying culmination of years of Spider-Man history. 7. Deadpool vs. the TVA and Deadpool Wolverine. Any fears that Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds, would be watered down upon entering the MCU were instantly dispelled by the opening fight sequence in Deadpool Wolverine. Wade Wilson desecrates Wolverines, Hugh Jackman, Grave from Logan, and proceeds to weaponize his metallic skeleton against a horde of TVA agents, all set to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. The scene is so brilliantly executed that even the co-writer of Logan considered it a compliment to his work. The fight is a celebration of Deadpool's signature irreverence. He creatively dispatches TVA agents with Wolverine's bones, even fogging up the camera to reveal a credit, signaling that the film would not shy away from the character's fourth-wall-breaking antics. The cutaways to Deadpool's dance moves, performed by Nick Pauli, add another layer of comedic absurdity. Deadpool Wolverine is pure, unadulterated fun, and the opening fight dance perfectly sets the tone for the rest of the film. 6. The bus fight in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Ever wondered what a Jackie Chan-inspired fight scene would look like in the MCU? Look no further than the bus sequence in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. It's a natural evolution of the elevator fight in Winter Soldier, with Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, confined in a tight space with his attackers. This time, however, there's the added pressure of protecting innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. The fight itself is expertly choreographed, but the stakes are further raised when the bus loses its brakes and careens out of control. Now, Shang-Chi must fend off bad guys while simultaneously trying to prevent a catastrophic accident. The scene is a showcase of Simu Liu's physical prowess, with Shang-Chi using the bus's movements to his advantage to disorient his opponents. It's the kind of fight the MCU needs more of, emphasizing long takes and showcasing the performer's actual stunts. 5. Thanos vs. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Guardians and Avengers Infinity War. Having witnessed Thanos effortlessly defeat the Hulk at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, we know that Iron Man, Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch, Spider-Man, and the Guardians of the Galaxy are facing an uphill battle on Titan. Fortunately, they've learned to work together in a short amount of time, devising creative strategies to outwit Thanos, rather than relying solely on brute force. Like the Battle of Wakanda, this fight feels like a culmination of everything the MCU has been building towards. We finally see the Guardians of the Galaxy fighting alongside the Avengers, and Thanos demonstrates his power on a cosmic scale. He literally throws a moon at his enemies. It's one of the most comic book-esque fights the MCU has ever achieved, with each character getting a chance to showcase their unique abilities. 4. Captain America vs. Winter Soldier in Captain America the Winter Soldier. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, is widely considered Marvel's first true masterpiece. It critiques government surveillance, upends the franchise's established order by revealing Hydra's infiltration of the highest levels of power, and features some of the most brutal and impressive fight choreography in the MCU. The street fight between Captain America and the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, perfectly exemplifies this. The knife work alone is enough to earn this scene a spot in the top 5. These are two super soldiers, yes, but at their core, they're still men. The visceral impact of their blows, the way they dent cars, feels incredibly real. The fight also drives the story forward as Steve begins to suspect that the Winter Soldier is actually his long-lost friend, Bucky Barnes. It's not just a fight for the sake of fighting. It makes Steve question everything he believes, and transforms the Winter Soldier into a far more formidable opponent. 3. Black Panther vs. Killmonger in Black Panther. The final fight between Black Panther and Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan, in Black Panther, with both clad in nanotech suits battling among vibranium mining carts, is visually impressive, but somewhat hollow. It falls into the trap of CGI spectacle that these types of movies are often criticized for. However, their earlier fight by the waterfalls is a different story entirely. T'Challa is depowered, leveling the playing field. There's no superhuman strength or vibranium armor, just two men fighting for their beliefs about Wakanda's future. It's also one of the few times the villain wins a fair, one-on-one fight. T'Challa's family can only watch in horror as Killmonger claims the throne. It's a tragic all-is-lost moment that solidifies Killmonger's status as one of the MCU's most compelling villains. 2. Iron Man vs. Captain America and Bucky in Captain America Civil War. While the airport battle in Captain America Civil War is filled with cheer-worthy moments, the film's final fight is a somber affair. Iron Man confronts Captain America and Bucky, revealing that Bucky, while brainwashed, was responsible for the death of Tony Stark's parents. Despite Cap's pleas that Bucky was not in control of his actions, Iron Man is consumed by rage. The fight is underscored by Zemo's Daniel Bruhl monologue, explaining his desire to destroy the Avengers due to their failure to save his family in Sokovia during the events of Avengers Age of Ultron. Like Killmonger, Zemo is a villain who achieves victory not through physical strength, but through manipulation and psychological warfare. Captain America's victory over Iron Man is not a triumphant moment. It's a tragic depiction of the Avengers' downfall, a rift that will have serious consequences leading into Avengers Infinity War. This makes it one of the most pivotal fights in the franchise's history. 1. MCU heroes versus Thanos and his army in Avengers Endgame. Few cinematic moments are as unforgettable as the scene in Avengers Endgame where Captain America stands alone against Thanos' army. It's the perfect embodiment of his character, unwavering courage and selflessness. But just when hope seems lost, portals open behind him, revealing the resurrected Avengers and a wave of other heroes ready to fight by his side. The score, the slow reveal, Cap finally uttering the words, "Avengers Assemble." Everything works flawlessly. This is what the MCU had been building towards since 2008. It's a celebration of the franchise's history and a testament to its accomplishments. The ensuing battle is epic in scale, with each major player getting their moment to shine. Wanda, Elizabeth Olsen, nearly defeats Thanos single-handedly. Spider-Man soars through the air wielding Mjolnir. And of course, Iron Man sacrifices his own life to defeat Thanos once and for all using the Infinity Gauntlet. The MCU continued after this, but Endgame truly feels like a grand finale. Marvel took its victory lap with aplomb, succeeding where other cinematic universes have faltered. While more Avengers movies are inevitable, it's hard to imagine anything replicating the sheer emotional impact of this fight scene. But here's a question for you. Is Endgame's final battle truly the best fight scene in the MCU, or does nostalgia play too heavy a role in its ranking? And are there any other battles that deserve to be on this list? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.